Hey, so if you're a dog owner here in Santa Clarita, you already know what an amazing place it is to have a dog. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to find the perfect trainer to make all those adventures with your pup even better. Just imagine this for a second. A nice, relaxing walk along the Paseo system, a fun trip to Central Park, or maybe grabbing a coffee at a local cafe. And you're not stressed about your dog pulling on the leash, barking at everyone, or jumping all over people. That's the goal, right? Well, the great news is finding the right training is how you make that happen. And this is about so much more than just basic commands. It's about training for your life, right here in Santa Clarita. It means making sure your dog is a confident, happy companion, whether you're navigating a busy street like Bouquet Canyon Road or just enjoying a weekend at a park. Okay, so where do you even start? Well, the very first step in finding a great trainer is actually to take a look at your own situation first. Knowing what you're aiming for is the key to making the right choice. So, first things first, what are you trying to accomplish? It could be anything from basic obedience, sit, stay, and coming when called, to helping a brand new puppy get the hang of things with socialization and potty training. Or maybe you're dealing with something a little more complex, like reactivity or anxiety. Just figuring out your main goal helps narrow down the search so much. Next up, you got to think about how training is actually going to fit into your life. Group classes? They're fantastic for practicing around other dogs and people. But if your main problem is, say, your dog going nuts when the doorbell rings, well, an in-home session is probably what you need. There really are options for every schedule, from one-on-one private lessons to more intensive board and train programs. All right, so once you have a good handle on what you need, it's time to start looking at actual trainers. And there are two really critical things to look for: their training philosophy and their professional qualifications. This really breaks down the two main ways people approach dog training. On one side, you have positive reinforcement, which is all about using rewards like treats, toys, or praise to build trust and teach your dog what you want them to do. On the other side, you have aversive methods, which use fear, pain, or intimidation. The science-backed consensus today is that positive methods are way safer, they're much more effective in the long run, and they actually strengthen that bond you have with your dog. Okay, I know this can look like a bunch of alphabet soup at first, but trust me, these acronyms are really helpful. They're certifications that show a trainer has actually invested in their education and passed exams from respected organizations. A CPDTKA, for example, is a great sign for general training. But for more serious issues like deep-seated fear or aggression, you might look for a behavior consultant with a credential like CBCCKA. The main takeaway here is that they've pursued formal education in their field. So, now that you're armed with all this information, it's time to actually talk to some trainers. And you can think of it less like a scary interview and more like a quick chat to make sure they're the right person for you and your dog. And here are the 5 big questions you'll want to ask. First, ask about their methods right away. You want to make sure it aligns with that positive approach we just talked about. Ask how they'll tailor a plan specifically for your life here in town. And then, of course, get clear on their credentials, how you'll both track progress, and what the total cost is. A real professional will be totally transparent and happy to answer all of it. Okay, let's talk about the practical stuff, the money and the rules. These are the kinds of details every dog owner here in Santa Clarita should know. This chart gives you a really good ballpark idea of what to budget for training in our area. As you can see, the costs can vary a lot depending on the format. A 6-week group class might run you a couple $100, while an intensive board and train program is, a much bigger investment. This just helps you match your goals with what you're looking to spend. And of course, it really helps to know the local rules. Here in Santa Clarita, there's a standard 6-foot leash law for all public areas. And remember, all dogs in LA County need to be licensed and have their current rabies vaccination. Good training, especially for things like loose leash walking and nuisance barking, makes following these rules super easy and stress-free. So, after all of this, what's the payoff for putting in the effort to find the right training partner? Well, it's about building a confident city dog. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Humane methods and consistent practice. That's the formula. It's not about finding a quick fix. It's about helping your dog become a companion who feels confident and comfortable out in the world with you. At the end of the day, a well-trained dog isn't some kind of robot. They're a happy, confident partner in your life. We really hope this breakdown helps you find the perfect fit. Just think of the peace of mind you'll have on neighborhood walks, the fun at local parks, and just the simple joy of having a wonderful companion by your side. both at home and out in our amazing community.